Hello, hi, I'm Chef Alyssa Dixon. I'm from the Gila River Indian community, and welcome to Chef in the Garden. Today we're going to be using our traditional itoy onions here. These grow very wild. You typically see these after the monsoon season. After all the rains, they will start to sprout throughout the desert and they come out looking very beautiful. They look something similar to what you guys see here, a scallion. This is going to give our rice some very beautiful flavor, not too overpowering, very subtle, but something that we can use in our kitchen to get a little bit different flavors in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be peeling off the skin, and then an easy way to get the rest of the little skin off is we're going to take our knife, place it on top of the onion, and we're just going to push right on top. We push right on top, it's going to flatten it out, and then it'll give us a better, just to simply take off the skin there. So we are going to take our smaller knife, our paring knife, and we're going to slowly just slice down the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect, we just want to get them in smaller pieces. So we have a little piece of itoy onion here, and you can smell it, and it smells so good. You can smell, like, you know how a red onion will smell like, or a purple onion, where it's really, the purple onion, the red onion can smell very strong, but this it's not that strong of a smell. It's not strong enough where it's gonna fill up the whole room, but it's strong enough to sit here and be like, you can smell the onion, and you'll just want to taste it, and it smells very soft at the same time.
Let me tell you a little bit about the onion we're using in today's recipe. This is one of my favorite plants of all time. This is an onion, and it's not a toy. It is not B toy, C toy, D toy, but it is E toy. And I'm having some fun with this thing because of the way it's spelled and the way it sounds. So I want you to remember now, this is a E toy. It is an E-toy onion. So come on with me. The fun thing about this plant is that it is the way it's spelled. I love the way it's spelled. So it's I-T-O-I, but it's pronounced E-toy. That's how you pronounce this. So if you get from here to here, and the unique thing about it is this thing grows really good in this monsoon weather, this humid, I'm just sweating out here right now, but it grows really well right now, and it comes from our indigenous tribes that are here in Arizona. So that's why the spelling is so unique here, but the sound, you'll get it, itoy. We're filming this during the monsoon season in Arizona. Monsoon, when the rains are coming down, it's so humid, and it's a great time for some of the plants that we have, especially this itoy onion. Anyway, what I want to do is just talk to you about how to plant this thing. So this is what it kind of looks like if it's by itself, and you can see the roots at the bottom here, so we're going to plant the roots downward into the soil. And when this thing grows, it's going to expand, it's going to shoot out new bulbs. They call these things bulbs, and that's what this one was looking like. It's already splitting out into another bulb. So basically, we're going to put this in the soil, let it go, it's going to grow, and it's going to expand and make new onions. So that's the fun part of this thing. And then at the end of the season, sometime in the spring, when you harvest these, you can take most of these onions, but save a couple of these, just put them in a bag, put them in some dark place, and then the monsoon season for next year, you've got these to start all over with and to plant again. So this is how you do it. You're going to put it down in the ground. I'm just going to dig a little hole. This soil's pretty soft. Kind of hide it down there. And the top's just out just a little bit at this point. So there you go. This thing will actually do well just in the monsoon weather, but just give it some water every once in a while. If it's hot and dry. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep going. Hope you have fun planting these things. Now back to the recipe.
So what we're gonna be using is we're going to be using some rice. I like jasmine rice because it's a lot more easy. It's a little simpler to work with and it comes out really, really soft. So the first thing we're going to do is take our 1 cup of jasmine rice and we're going to wash it. So we're gonna put it in another bowl and we are going to kind of play with it, run your fingers through it, and make sure that we're getting the white starchy stuff off the rice as much as possible. And we're going to strain it. And we're going to put that aside and let it dry for a minute. Or a medium-low heat on our stove, our burner. We're going to add our olive oil. And we're going to make sure that that coats the bottom of the pot, the pan that we're using. And then we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of butter. So our tablespoon of oil and our 2 tablespoons of butter. And it is going to sizzle just a little bit. We want to make sure that we're constantly stirring for it to blend together. We are going to take our onion and we are going to put that in the oil. And again, we're going to stir that together. So now we're going to take our rinsed rice and we are going to put it into the pot. And then we're going to take our spoon, stir the rice into the olive oil and the butter and onion. All right, so once we have that all incorporated and mixed together, we're then going to add our 1.5 cups of water to our pot. Stirring it all together. After you do that, you're going to take your teaspoon or your cube bouillon and you're gonna place that right in there. Then you're gonna take your spoon and just kind of mix it around. Make sure that it starts to dissolve in the water. Just kind of let it sit for a couple minutes till you see little bubbles start to come up. Once you see those little bubbles, we're going to take our lid and place it on top. Let it sit for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, take off the lid. You're going to use a fork, kind of like what they call fluff, and you're going to kind of take the fork and fluff it up, and then it's going to come out nice and soft. Then you'll be able to taste that yummy, florally type of richness of the itoy onions. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. And it is now time to taste the labor of love that we put into making our rice.